Dude.
Yeah. It's Ray in this motherfucker. My nigga Flawless in the house. Yeah. T Swerve on the track, y'all. He's a producer, not a beat maker. Yeah. Oh no, who done it? Ray's back at it again. I keep it gangsta, I'm a don, only fuck with made men. Play the game above the rim, homicide to win. Got you looking like, oh my god, when chrome wheels spin. Open fire with my weapon. You better duck and hide, ain't wise to go against me if you don't want to die. This here's the takeover, double R and T Swerve. Get down the lane, gangsta, it's my turn. Spread the word, man. We got them birds, the dopest shit on the streets, the realest shit you ever heard. Certified on the block, straight official thug. I write for hustlers, hoes, pimps, crips, and bloods. Folks, love of the mill, we ride this high with a hell night. Mans and dreams, I got a story to tell. Heavy millimeter shells, homicide and jail cells. Homie, this ain't no dream, we living this for real. Some might say your boy is a dreamer. Caught up in this rhyme, I wrote, I got the fever. It's homicide when I bust like millimeters. The ill rhyme, turn the youth into believers. Some might say your boy is a dreamer. Caught up in this rhyme, I wrote, I got the fever. Niggas know double law got them heaters. Now watch them follow the leader like my name was Jesus. Here to savior, Captain Save 'em, I'm international, most valuable player. I'm here to entertain and get that paper. Change the game and watch them catch the vapors. I see clear the real niggas, haters and fakers. I know some gon' show love, but most gon' hate us. The stainless measure niggas, the millimeters, I aim it. Bang it and turn the skeptics into believers. Follow the leader, my religion's the movement. Corrupt the whole generation with my influence, lose it. Stand up, rip your city hands in the air. Man up if you're with me, gangsta, we don't care. Some tell lies in their hip-hop lines. They convince the world they lie, they fabricating their rhymes. My time is now, this the new world order. The realest shit, word to the 10 and a quarter. Some might say your boy is a dreamer. Caught up in this rhyme I wrote, I got the fever.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Football Talks with Mawkus O and Ray Nelson. We're in the building. Let me turn this music down a little bit. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Because I was having some technical.
I'm putting this all over. I done put it in all the Niner groups I'm in.
Oh, right. Yeah, because we got to talk about them guys.
Oh,
they did their thing. They look great. Yo, they making it to where it ain't even fun watching the whole game no more. Like they've been smoking teams.
And all these you no good haters out there talking about my quarterback, Brock Purdy, like he ain't no top quarterback in the NFL. Y'all, man, some of y'all be tripping.
Listen, bro, they can't say nothing. What is there to say? You know what I mean?
So I keep telling people, oh man, listen, he's the second coming of Joe Montana. It's the same thing. Joe never got all the clout like a Dan Marino.
No, coming out of Notre Dame.
It was always about somebody else, but he would come home with that Lombardi.
Mm-hmm.
He'd come home with the in MVP of the Super Bowl. And then the next season is starting. Yeah, we got to talk about John Elway. We got to talk about Dan Marino and that quick release. We got to talk about Everett. Oh, yeah, Jim Everett, remember? Don't call me. He whooped up on Jim. It was a Jim Rome he beat up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That Jim Rome, he deserved to get his ass whooped in that one. I remember that one.
Right. But I'm saying it was never about Joe. And it was always about Joe. And like Brock Purdy, it's all, man, come on. Look how just crisp we look. Just look how crisp
bro,
we look.
We working like a well-oiled machine. I'm just trying to I just want us to stay healthy, man.
Yeah,
so that we can get a proper run at this thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we wasn't we lost Brock and we lost to Philly, but still that changed everything up though, man. I just feel like and I think Debo wasn't he banged up too?
No, yeah, but it was more Brock than Debo. Debo kind of banged up right now though.
Yeah, you need to chill out for a minute. But they got players though, so I expect them to do what they do.
Yeah, see if we can get a few more eyes on this podcast.
Yeah, man. We're gonna talk about what they want to hear. So we'll be up.
Yeah, man. How's it going up there in the Great Northwest?
Man, it's going pretty great, man. Just work and just picked up my my little cousins from their football practice. I get them on Tuesday and Wednesday. And my little cousin, this is his first year. He scored his first touchdown, like a 40-yarder. And spiked that joint when he got in the end zone. It was dope though. I was happy for him. I said, oh, he clicked for him. He know what he doing. Cut through the middle, ran, looked like a pro. Man, I was like, look at my little cut. First year. How old is he? He's 9.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That would have been huge for him.
Yeah, he's 9, man. So he looked good too. He's number 7. That's his number and shit. So he's doing his thing, man.
Doing this thing. That's good. I like to see the little youngsters get out there, and I ain't gonna lie, man. I've done this before a couple times. I just been somewhere and seen them playing in the street. Just sit there and watch because that's how it started for me, playing in the street.
I started for a lot of us. Yeah, I remember playing with my cousins and all of them. And at our grandmother's house, we all got together and we 2-on-2, or we played with cats from the neighborhood and got down.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, you just don't see that all the time, or even hear about stuff like that these days. I mean, these kids now.
Yeah.
I mean, bro. I mean, this is a side note. Tonight I was taking my little niece's friends home, and they teenagers.
Okay.
And it was some day, we was talking about stuff, being overweight and obese. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that came up, y'all asked them, I said, hey, what do y'all think when y'all hear the word discipline?
Discipline?
Discipline.
Mm-hmm.
It amazed me. Because, see, a lot of times we thinking we all on the same page, but we not. But what I learned tonight, discipline has more to like to them that's kids now. The first thing they think about when they hear discipline is an ass whooping.
Corporal punishment.
That to them is what when they hear discipline, that's what they think about. And I was like, oh really? And it was just an interesting conversation we had surrounding all of that
right.
stuff. And then it kind of triggered to me, just even from that standpoint, how much of a big disconnect there is between kids and adults.
Disconnect or just a difference in culture,
well, all of that, because like we didn't grow up with the information that they grew up with.
Right.
We wasn't so what they don't even realize. Like me and my little niece was talking when her friends got out of the car, and I was like, you got to think about something. I was like, when I was your age, in order to access the information that y'all got access to from Google, we had to go to the library. Yeah. And a lot of us wasn't going to the library.
Well, I was going to the library, so I don't know about it. Okay. Stay there. Uh-huh. And how many people that was surrounding you was in that library with you? I mean, let's look at it like this. Because I had a good group of friends, you know what I'm saying? I mean, there was a lot of kids that I came up with, but, I kind of surrounded myself. I was lucky enough to be around a lot of, scholar type cats and kids and scholar athletes. And so when you around me, like you said, the only way to get this information. So if you're trying to go to college and get your grades and stuff, you had to be in that library, you know what I'm saying, to get that information, So... Well, but to your point, there's a lot of people that wasn't in that library because I was in that
one of them. See, one thing about me, I was just resourceful in that I wasn't just reading Sports Illustrated. I was reading the scientific mag and shit like that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or I would
all
read
that.
the encyclopedia and all like that's
always in them.
Yeah, right. But I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't going to the library like that. And then and I'm gonna tell the truth for shame the devil. When I did start going to the library like that, it was when they introduced the internet.
Oh man,
I'll never forget. Remember Aunt Murray, the DJ?
Yeah.
That's who. Because it was like he would go from doing the radio station to the library. And, I'm you know me, man.
Because they had that dial-up internet.
Right. And I'm
But listen,
dude, he would be in there hours. I was like, dude, hold up, why you? And he was like,
listen,
man, the internet is. They got the internet in there.
Listen, I had to. So my roommate, when we was down there, Thumper, he had the internet in our room, so I had to, you know what I mean. And then, so he was kind of like gaming me up on the internet, you know what I'm saying, and all this stuff. And so I learned about the internet from him, and so I was going on to like everything's DOS, so it looks nothing like what we're looking at right now.
Right.
But it was like information was there though. Man, that shit was dope. You can connect with people.
He was being there for hours, and I'm like, dude, what you? It was like one day I just saw him, and I was like, dude, what you in here? He's like, man, they got the internet up in here. And I was like, the internet, and see, I was Dr. Wine. What was your degree?
Business.
Okay, so mine was communications. Right. One of the professors was Dr. Wyman, and he was always lecturing about that shit. So I knew about it. Right. And then when Ant would just be kicking it in there, then a couple of times I just like, okay, let me see. I'm a curious nigga. Let me see what you over there doing. Some shit sound like I need to be in here. And then I saw it, and then we had this assignment, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this the future, okay.
Yep, it was easier than going to the library, though. It was.
Oh, it was easier to go to the library now than it was to go and start. Certain books I was cool with going.
But here's the one thing. Here's the one thing about this internet. I think that a lot of people need to fucking get wind of. There's a lot of information that ain't on the internet because as it gets more mature, it's more regulated. So certain types of information is kind of limited, and the library I don't think it'll ever lose its value in terms of for research and those type of things, because there's information in libraries that ain't necessarily on the net like that, where you would have to really learn how to dig it. But it's like it's starting to be regulated, and they controlling that kind of thing now through that. So libraries
they need to make the more audiobooks then, because even like now, sometimes I'll go and especially back when I was back in the Bay, I go and just use the library as an office.
Right.
But when I'm there, just like you said, it's certain things that you can go and look up that's in the library that ain't actually found on the net.
That's what I'm saying.
I remember going into, because I'm curious. I remember at Oregon State, I went down into the basement where they got the microfiche.
Oh yeah, the film and stuff, and you can go back and get those old articles. I used to do that too. Yeah, absolutely.
And boy, that blew my mind, because you start going through all of these articles, and it kind of puts you back into that time period.
Right.
And basically, it was like so between I was in like the 1700s, Oregon.
Right.
This is when it was the Oregon Trail.
Right.
And their what's the word I want to use? Their news of the day was always tracking the savages, and they use the term savages.
Savages, yeah.
You gotta, if you're on such and such trail, you gotta watch out. There are known savages to be lurking. And I was like, wait, motherfuckers are talking about Indians. Like, what?
But it's the same shit today, right?
Right. That shit, like shit like that. You know, it was crazy. I was like,
Yeah,
damn.
that shit was fascinating. And I think so then so Renault, after I left Oregon State and Andre was gone, I think he was at Portland State at the time. And they was staying over in his house, and I went by to go visit them, and they had their internet set up, and they would, that's when LimeWire, I think it was called, and Napster and all that thing was hitting. And some of this before it was regulated to the level that it's regulated now. I mean, some of the information, and you can find on the dark web now, but it was open to everybody. So it was like shit that you would hear about, but you have never ever seen or thought you would see, and you can't get it off your brain, was available like right there. You know what I mean? And it still is. But back then,
I'm scared to go on the dark web.
Listen, bro. Yeah, that's just a place, bro, where you think you find shit on this side of things, on the light side, bro, over there. Listen, the information I'm talking about, man, there's a lot of shit, information and things out there, bro, on that side of things, bro. There's, you can get lost in there, bro, and
shit,
get corrupted.
Look, be corrupted and have nightmares about like it's a lot of shit that you can't unsee.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I can tell you snuff films, all types of shit, bro. Like, out, man.
Oh yeah, I know. Cause see, like I said, back in what was it, 20? When that first Mexican president declared war on the cartels, they had a and that's it, like now you won't see that shit, but back then you go to Blog del Narco and you had a front row seat for the drug war, because every single day they was posting videos,
right?
And I was front and center, and man, I saw a dude. They had an extension cord. Like, I didn't even know that was possible.
Mm-hmm.
Took the extension cord, put it around his neck, and then took this like pipe and just started twisting.
Oh yeah, the ligature. Yeah.
And yeah, I can't unsee that. His eyes popped out his head, and
listen. So I've seen under that say, and I got a video that was some shit that happened, I believe, in Puerto Rico. Well, it was so cold. But listen, I seen like these cartel dudes. They was torturing this man, and they had these dogs on him. The dogs had eaten all of his private parts out, all his nuts, all that's gone, and the dogs are attacking him in that area. And they're showing it. They're spreading his legs, the dudes, while the dogs are just ripping him apart, bro. It was horrible. And I think somebody had posted that shit on Facebook, and this was like about maybe 6-7 years ago, I want to say. And you talk about unseeing some shit. That was the most horrible shit that I ever seen in my life. For real, one of the most horrible things, but it's definitely it's up there. But anyway, man, we getting all off to this crazy dark web shit. Okay, football talks. Marcus Ray Nelson Jr., we're in the building. So
what we starting out today?
Let's start off with college. Yeah, we can start off with Coach Prime. It's still in the Buffaloes. As you guys know, the Buffaloes had a real good game against USC after a big loss to Oregon the previous week. They didn't get the win, but they had a great effort. Of course, we say
they were competitive.
They were definitely competitive, right? But there's no moral victories in football, so we'll say that. But nonetheless, though, after the way they lost against Oregon, a lot of people, even including myself, thought that they would probably not have a chance in this one. But Mark, like you mentioned, they had home field advantage, and that played a role. And then they had some freshmen step up and bring them to within a touchdown and a chance to tie or win the game. And I thought that was very impressive by him. So,
yeah, it was a great competitive game. I mean, they showed a bit of bounce back. And
yeah,
again,
they did.
What people should really look at, this is a mark of a good team in the making. I mean, come on, nobody really expected this man to go undefeated in his first season with a team. 2010. And you know, it was real easy to get caught up in the hype of the 3-0 start because they did beat a team that was in the college playoff the first game. So that caught everybody's attention. And then to beat Nebraska and then, you know, to win a nail biter and a thriller with your in-state rivalry. I mean, okay, yeah, that's showing some resilience. But hey, there's no moral victories in football, but there's a moral victory in how they performed against USC. And we all thought, you know, the consensus was say, hey, man, if Oregon did them like that, SC with all its talent and
I think Oregon's better than USC.
Oregon got a better defense than USC.
Yeah, I think they're better. Just from just me watching both of those games.
You watch, yeah, and that might be true. That might be true. Mm-hmm. And because, you know, one of the things that came up about USC or Lincoln Riley is that SC is looking a lot like those Oklahoma teams that Lincoln Riley coached. Flash and score a lot of points on offense, but the defense
can't stop nobody.
Can't stop nobody. Defense is soft like marshmallows.
Right. But yeah, no, I think that I look at it like this. I think they got their spirit back, and I think that it's important, you know, if you lose a game, you know, I mean, when you lose a game, that how you lose matters, you know, and especially coming off of a loss. I think that this right here, you know, and they had a chance to tie and win this game or go into overtime or anything like that. It was a shootout. And so I think that they got their confidence back a little bit. I think they go into Arizona State.
Yeah.
If I'm mistaken, on the road. But still in the same, that's a game that I feel like they should win. And they need to, you know, I think Deion, yeah, but I think his coaching staff and I think they did a lot better job than they did against Oregon. I seen that they coached better. I mean, they were a little shaky at the beginning of the game, but they tightened it up, you know, and they started to make plays. And, you know, sometimes that old school coaching thing, you got to fall back and let these kids play, them cats that can play, and let them learn on the fly. And they did that.
So that's a good segue to that point I wanted to make. Because I'm sure you kind of heard it during the game where they were talking about how, you know, Coach Prime was probably talking to his coordinators, especially the offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, you got a good scheme, but your scheme ain't shit without that talent. And you need to start learning how to get that talent the ball, because how many times did we hear Dalen Edwards' name Saturday?
You talking about the running back?
Yeah.
More than they needed to at that certain points of the game where I feel like they should have been putting it in the air.
Well, okay. So again, this is my point. So when you remember when I sent you that text message?
Yeah, and you were talking about the OC.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there watching this game and I noticed this against Oregon. It's like, see, some of these guys, they get into this mode that they scheme is this and that, and they try to be too cute. When really, get the ball in your playmaker's hand. Whatever scheme you're doing, put it in Dalen's, you know, hands. And then he actually started to do that with the freshmen. The freshmen got hot, and we started seeing him get working the ball to him. And see, this is where a lot of times these coaches get a little too cute. That's why that boy there at Indiana got fired. They ain't moving the ball. And I bet you if you go look at break down the tape, these guys get so caught up into what they're doing that they forget that this is a game and you got players and you got to put the ball in their hands. Quit being so egotistical that, oh, I'm smarter than the game and what I do and I what. No, you can get that running back or that whatever tight end. Get them the rock.
Well, here's a perfect example of that, or at least how I look at it, is in that Super Bowl against New England and Seattle when they decided to throw the goddamn ball instead of put it in the playmaker's hands, who's like 2.5 yards away from him. It's a
bowling ball and you're going to throw a slant on the 1 yard line. What the hell is that?
And everybody in the stadium has practiced that play. All they want to do is bump it in the air. I mean, shit. But why take the risk?
Why take the risk? Right. That's what I'm saying.
I never understood that. And that's why hold on. But that's why Russell Wilson is probably, to me, one of the most overrated quarterbacks, because at that moment, if you would have had a ball sack, you would have fucking audible the play and say, "You guys push hard, we going in," and gave it to your back. You know what I'm saying? He'd be revered for that because they would have got the win. Game over.
Game over.
But he didn't have no balls.
I'm
you can blame coaches
I'm
as much as you want to. This
I'm a
ain't college
Russell Wilson
football.
fan, and because I like how he played. I mean, there probably is a bit of ego there or whatever, but he's small like I was, and he knows how to play the game. He's a great quarterback. He's gonna go down as one of the greats. And I mean, let me just finish this point over here with Coach Prime because I did want to talk about Russell.
Okay.
But just like keep them SC, keep that up there because at the end of this game, what happened? The old court, the OC nutted on itself.
Wait for the show it on here real quick.
Oh yeah. It's like, dude, you got the ball with damn near 6 minutes left, and by the time you drive down the field, you done ran out of time. Like, come on, bro. You got weapons. Throw that little screen route. Come on, man. You ran what? They ran like on that drive, like 3 up the middle plays for nothing and lost damn near 3 minutes worth of time running them stupid ass plays. If you're gonna run the ball, okay, run it off tackle. So at least you give the back a chance to get out of bounds and stop the clock. But you're gonna run it right up ISO up the gut in 2-minute drill when you ain't got no timeouts.
Listen, here's the thing, bro, and I knew because I was out. My brother was here working on my yard and stuff, so I was in and out, and how the clock was just going down so quick. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what the fuck has happened? You know what I mean? Like, they wasn't throwing the rock at all, bro.
Yeah, he kept running it up the middle.
Like, what was he trying to get a field goal and still come up short? I mean, make the score a little closer. I mean, what was he doing, man?
Man, what was I think he out of there. I think Prime I don't think his contract gonna get renewed after the season.
So that OC for Colorado, what is his? I mean, where did he come from? Because I believe he was a head coach last year. Was it Kentucky?
Hold up, I think so. Here, let me look him up.
Yeah, because he was a head coach last year.
And Prime saved his ass because he probably where he was at was gonna get fired.
I was just for to say that too. Gave him a job.
Sean Lewis. He was the head coach at Bowling Green.
Bowling Green. Well, that's right, Bowling Green. So I was gonna say Ball State. Damn, Jason Whitlock. He didn't jumped over the shark, bro, as they say. Jason Whitlock.
Man,
he so jumped
Sean
over
Lewis
the shark.
Is 6'7". He was a former tight end at Wisconsin. He's one of the highest paid assistants in CU history, with a contract worth $2.7 million. He's earning $850 a year, and it increases to $900 next year, and then $950 the year after.
Listen, I don't necessarily think that So you think he can get fired?
Maybe fired is. I think if Prime at the end of the season when he started like reevaluating everything and he look at just what like especially like these 2 last games, it's like, come on, man, y'all having slow starts. Why you having slow starts and then it got kind of away from you, and now you pulling out all of the. It's like he's too something. It's like he's playing coy, and then by the time he's ready to really unleash, it's too late.
I think that as far as the slow start thing, I just think that's just personnel, but they get to it. No. They've been unsuccessful running the ball, so they've been trying to establish that. And I think that worked against them because they weren't putting the ball into the playmakers' hands because of that.
So run an off tackle play. Don't run up. Don't run the ISO. You're not big enough to run the ISO. Run off tackle.
Right.
Run sweeps. Run a counter.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with all of those plays. I mean, because it stretches, it gives your athletes a chance to make something happen.
Right. Mm-hmm. You got the playmakers. You just ain't got the beef up front. So play to your strengths.
Right.
And you sneak a little ISO play in here. Don't come out here in the 2-minute drill. You running the motherfucking ISO, and you ain't got no timeouts.
But as far as I think that, but Deion as well though. I feel like his ego may have gotten involved with this too by like how he was checking the player. I'm sitting these guys down and this and the third, and he's pretty much forced to play these kids because they really thin. They're not a deep team, so you ain't in really a position to kind of like hold these kids back. I mean, you got to keep them disciplined or whatever, but I guess I don't know. I guess it's have some kind of integrity. We'll lose before we'll let you play. If you ain't up to par. But what do you think about that though? I mean, I think that could have played a part of something, but those guys did play, and then you seen the results. And I think
that's what I'm saying. So
you gotta play them.
With that, even with what you're saying, it's like, okay, well, right now all we got is this talent. So what we need to do is display the talent. We're gonna die shooting our best guns. We ain't gonna keep this one over here or keep this one hitting over there until here we go. No, you ain't finna shock nobody. Show the horses you got and let them do what they do. You recruited them to do what they do.
Man, and that's kind of where, because last week when they talked about Kermani, I think his name is, and all of that, and I was like, okay, was it a day or how it wasn't that fucking bad because you put him in the game, right? So it really kind of like he lit a fire under the kid, so it's probably more of a motivational thing. But today with NILs, will that kid his feelings be hurt enough to where he'll get in the transfer portal or something like that? I was thinking about that too, so because these kids today, they get coddled. So there's plenty of football teams out there that will coddle these players, you know what I'm saying, just to keep them in their program. So, but Deion ain't doing that. But what I did notice, though, is that he was in the game. So I think that he probably rethought that and thought about that, like you said, this is the talent we have. We ain't going to get no beef overnight. We got to play to our strengths, like you said. And they were way more competitive.
Point, though. I mean, somebody like that kid could go, you know what? Because see now, and that's the thing. Nowadays, it's changed because you could be, they got scouts now that'll go to Miller and be like, hey, you come over here to Miami. We got this meal package for you. And, you ain't got to hear it. Because, see, the one thing that people are missing about Deion, Coach Prime, is that he's old school. And not all of his kids like that.
I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. I noticed that from the last press conference not this one, but after the Oregon game when he had brought it up, and he said, I'm old school, I'm sorry, and when he made that comment to me, and I was like, that's going to be, and it kills and it talks, and when you hit me up on the text during the game and you talk about how these white OC coaches or their egos, that's the same shit Deion was doing too, though, in my opinion. You're
right. It is.
But he's Deion. He ain't gonna get fired, but the OC get fired because that's up to them to work that out. And I think it's something that they can work out because I think that it's you only as good as the talent you got on the field, though. But football's game planning. So
see, you saying that, but a lot of them OCs that that are white, they think they smarter than the game.
No. That's just ego, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's mostly white coaches, so I get where you're coming from. But just anybody with an ego, you know what I'm saying, that feel like they know the game and anything is going to overthink shit, and that's basically what he's doing. He's overthinking this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, you got to let it flow. I overthink shit at times, and I have to continually tell myself, like, dude, make a decision. Deal with the fallout later. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna have to make a choice, right? Instead of sitting there overthinking this shit, just fucking call the play. You know what I'm saying? Get the ball to you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about your shit working because it ain't gonna work because you ain't got all the tools for it to work the way you envision it working. So it's a ego thing, like you said. I mean, it's the head coach, they should be able to work that out. It's like, listen, motherfucker.
Yeah, you're right. But he talks like, that's what they kind of talking about, not only with the players, but in the coaches meeting. Hey, because like I said, to me, Dylan Edwards should be getting the Brock a lot more. And Dion kind of Coach Prime mentioned it during his press conference, and that what's the other guy's name?
I'm not sure, man, because I'm
but he was saying how that guy, he was saying how he his motor was going a little more. And I'm like, yeah, but I think you got to get Dylan. Dylan should get 5 screens a game. They should run that 5 times a game.
So what, these guys are 4 or 5-star guys?
Yeah,
we're talking about.
Yeah,
man, put them in the game, bro. Because listen, you put them in the game right now, man. They get that experience. We know that what they missing is the interior, it's the line. Period. They competing with anybody. I'm not saying they win a national championship, but they could compete for one if they got that interior. You got talent on the outside that they have. You know what I'm saying? You give these freshmen that run, they get that confidence, that swag. Man, they coming back next sophomore year, killers. You got them for
right.
They ready to rock and roll, bro. It ain't nothing. Then you got you plug and play. Your big guys is gonna do what big guys do. And smash people, open up holes. The running game is going to flourish. We ain't even seen nothing from what's going to come from this team when they get some interior. You know what I mean? That interior is going to matter. That's going to matter.
And that's when that's what Nick Saban, the Dabo Sweeney's, Jumbo.
They benefit from that. They benefit for that. You know what I'm saying? They went through their shit or however they went and did it, but that they build it from the inside out, and they got them big boys pro side. I mean, they line average higher than NFL lines, or just as they averaging with NFL lines. Bro, you know what I mean?
Georgia.
Ooh,
Georgia.
That's an NFL team. That's like
this is gonna put it in perspective, bro. This is gonna put it in perspective. Georgia had I can't remember the kid's name. Bro was 6'5", 6'4", 350 running a 4.5, 4.4.
Damn. That's impressive.
What the hell you gonna do? What the hell you gonna do with
nothing?
That
Nothing but just fall down like what they do. The little fall down, right?
Slide. Let me go and slide.
Man, I'm not sliding. I'm just gonna fall down. Like if I'm the quarterback, he coming at me.
That kid ran off. Georgia, like Georgia and Alabama and Michigan trying to get back there, but I just saw them.
They number one right now, right?
Yeah, but they number one because when you got 5 or 6 D linemen going first and second round,
that's hardball. That's that hardball. His daddy's a coach. And if you coach long enough, you always know that your big boys is gonna be the determining factor if you guys gonna be competitive or not.
And see, Harbaugh, he ran that same shit at Stanford before he went back to the NFL. Stanford had big dudes running smash mouth football.
Yep. And when the 49ers, when we was competing, we had a nice ass line. On both sides of the ball.
Right. And see, that's why the 49ers are the shit now.
Beautiful line.
What's his name?
Williams.
Did you see that video I put up there with him pulling?
You talking about the offense? The black dude, right?
Yeah.
and his name 76.
Yeah, I want to say Trey Williams.
It's Williams. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's a monster.
boy.
He's 75, right? Or is it 76?
No, 76.
Okay,
Dude,
yeah, he's a
what
monster,
what you
bro.
gonna do? And you see how fast he was moving?
Listen, crushing people on the end.
Crushing.
That's why McCaffrey is finna get MVP this year.
Him a pretty.
Nah, he's getting. I'm going with I like McCaffrey, bro. Man, I like him, bro. He's man. Whoo. I like his swag and everything, bro. He's cold, bro. He cold, bro.
He the man.
Man, he busts through. He runs, bro. Like he's a real back. He ain't one of these. You know, he can ball, bro.
Right,
and
right.
And it's funny because I watched this video of him when he was in he was a little kid playing, right? And they showed him run a touchdown. They had the mascots out there was doing some shit, and him and his team, and he ran a touchdown in, and then he goes over, he looks, and he goes into his sock, and he pulls out a Sharpie and signs the ball like T.O. did, bro. I thought.
Oh, right.
When he was a little guy, yeah.
A little guy.
And I was like, I remember when they first showed that. You know what I'm saying? Way back when, but who would have thought that he would be who he is today? Like, it's amazing, man.
Shit, his daddy was with Ed, but you know.
Yeah, no, his daddy was cold. Yeah,
lanky, just catch the ball.
Listen, man, he can do that. That's what gives him that extra. He reminds me of Marshall Faulk.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's who he reminds me of as a football player. Now, people is like, you know, they might say some shit, but yeah, I said it here today. McCaffrey is the Marshall Faulk of this era right now.
This generation, right?
There's probably some other backs out there that do some of the same things that he does, but I can't really cite one right off the top that I can think of. This they can catch the ball like he does and run like a man. He cold, bro.
Well, the thing of it is, and this is what, you know, a lot of you haters hate to, you know, admit. Once again, we got one of the smartest and best coaches in football, in Kyle Shanahan. And Kyle then finally put the right team, the right pieces together.
Mm-hmm.
This is just what that looks like. He got a quarterback that can process,
and he got a solid backup.
And he got a solid backup. We got the interior where it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
We got a defense where it needs to be. We got all our come on, we're a solid organization. We the 49ers are what all the NFL right now is trying to be like. And wait a minute, let's see. We got the Dolphins, that's our old offensive coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
We got
they got brought back to earth yesterday.
They got brought back to earth yesterday. You know, but that was the bill.
Yeah.
You know, and we want to talk about Silas. Let's say if Aaron Rodgers didn't get hurt, you know, they play solid defense.
Mm-hmm.
They
cheated. They cheated them. They did them hard, man.
And DeMeco Ryans got Houston turned around. They got their QB.
And they upset Pittsburgh Steelers. And Ivory was talking shit about the 49ers. He said, yeah, y'all ain't going to do shit. Y'all going to be in the play. I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, who's talking shit?
I was Ivory because he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And I'm like, you niggas just lost to Ronald's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and his girl, I think he's just a fan because his girl's a fan of that team. But they can't talk to us. We walked on y'all game week 1, right? We walk on them.
Yes, we did.
First game of the season, we walked on them. And he has the audacity. I said, well, guess what? At least we going.
Right. We're going somewhere.
Yeah, man. He was telling me that, man. I was just like, okay. All right. Yeah.
But hold on. Let's go back to Russell Wilson.
Russell. No, it's Russell Sierra, nigga.
Man.
He's a munch, bro. I'm telling you. Bro.
I mean, off the field, he might be a little bit of a
man on the field. Well, I mean, whatever, man. He got a bad one. Whatever. He's still a sucker though. But look, what has he done in the last couple of years, bro?
Pull it up.
Okay.
Well, no, pull him up. No, the last. No. Listen.
He got down this last year in Seattle.
So Hackett, his daddy was garbage. His daddy was Paul Hackett, and he damn near ruined SC.
Oh yeah, I remember the stories about him.
Yeah, man. So look, I mean, he had a garbage coach, and I mean, you get garbage results. I mean, if you go play for a coach that ain't that good, I mean, goddamn, you're not gonna win nothing.
Well, man, listen, man.
And now he got a good coach, and he's doing those Russell Wilson things again.
No. He got a good coach that gave up 70 points to the Miami Dolphins.
But that ain't got nothing to do with him.
Yeah, it's the defense, I guess. You're right.
And wait a minute. Look at how many passes he completed that homeboy had poked out. Big games.
Right.
If dude don't fumble, shit, they go in the score. It's a different ball game.
Yeah, I just think he shot ever since he got with the bitch, man. He hasn't been the same. I used to like him, bro, when he was in Seattle, where they had the Legion of Boom and all that, bro. I was with him. I was with him when because I forget that they had drafted, or they didn't draft, but they traded or got off the free agent market from Green Bay, their quarterback, when Pete Carroll first came here. They drafted Russell, and then he got the first team in the start. And I knew at that point, and you know how Pete Carroll is. Like, oh yeah, this kid's starting. We ain't got to worry about you. Just gonna ride over here, get your check, you cool, and this is what's gonna be.
I remember the press coverage. He was like, every situation we put him in, he was executing better than the guy we just gave all that money to.
Right.
So, what was his name? Damn, I keep wanting to say Sean, but what was it?
He was on the free because it was the NFL was the market at the time, and he was behind Brett Favre. So
yeah, and he had that one game where he threw like 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, he had something crazy. What was that?
Damn, it's why I can't think straight right now.
Let's see here, man. Okay, so I'm pulling up Sting. Let's see. When did Russell come in? Matt Flynn.
Matt Flynn, that's his name.
There it is. 2012. Yeah, Matt Flynn.
And where has Matt Flynn been since?
Man, I don't know. Man.
Is he? So what happened to? Whatever happened to Matt Flynn?
Man, he washed out like something like they do in boot camp, man. Get your ass out of here.
It's like the boy Kevin Cobb. Remember, they kept trying to put him in over Vic.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna work. I don't even know who was even behind that madness.
All the media. It's the same thing they doing to Russell right now. Well, trying to talk him out of a job. And it's like, man, come on. And then all of a sudden, Vic had that Monday night game.
So he's 38 years old now.
Who, Matt Flynn?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, he washed out because shit, there's some guys still, what's his name? Josh McDowell was still getting NFL money at that age.
Yeah, he ended up I think he ended up in New Orleans. Yeah, so his 40. He's from Tyler, Texas, huh? It's where my mom, my sister, and my brother live down there in Tyler, Texas.
That's where Earl Campbell from.
Lacey Minshew. So he's married to Minshew's sister, I want to say.
Who? Matt Flynn?
Yeah. Let's see. Lacey Minshew. I want to say her brother is the quarterback. Lacey Minshew. Oh no, she's an actress or something. Oh, you did well for yourself. Good job. Good job, sir.
70 million.
Listen, bro, man. Listen, I ain't mad at him. I'm sure he's okay. His career stats, though. Let's take a look. So Matt Flynn.
Yeah, put them up on the thing so we all can see.
Yeah, let's just take a look. Let's present the screen. Let's look at Matt Flynn's stats.
Where's Matt Flynn?
Living it up in Hollywood somewhere. So here's your man's Matt Flynn. Boom. And here is his stats right here. So this is his so he played until I think so he ended up with New Orleans or something.
Oh, and he went back to Green Bay.
Looks like it. No, because he was in Seattle and then Seattle, then he went to Oakland.
And then back to Green Bay. 13.
He only so he didn't even play but 5 games. Oh my God, he went downhill, bro. He was always projected but never done nothing.
Yep.
I mean, look at these totals. So in 2013, he got a little bit of run, though. He was 102 for 166 with a 61.4% completion average, which is pretty good. Only 6.9 yards a pass, so he wasn't really stretching no defenses. He had 7 TDs, 4 interceptions. His longest pass was for 56 yards. He was sacked 17 times. So that was his best season or most productive season where he had 1,146 yards passing. Yeah, and so
Matt
that was
Flynn, people.
And Seattle paid him the loot. And in that year against Seattle, he was a 5-9, 55.6. He had 68 yards total, no touchdowns, just long as he threw what was that? 27 yards. Jesus. Hit 80 for Green Bay. Yeah, he wasn't getting no run, bro.
Yeah, because,
he had 17 total career touchdowns to 11 interceptions, so he wasn't a turnover machine, would you say? I mean, it's not 50%, so I guess I'll give him a pass.
You wasn't going to play him over nobody.
He said over nobody.
He had lightning strikes in the bottle sometimes, and then he had that moment.
Right.
And then, you got training camp, you got all of this time, like what happened to Trey? We all wanted Trey Lance to succeed, but Brock Purdy came in and was just too much.
Listen, bro, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I didn't know what the fuck they thought they was doing by even drafting that kid.
What?
Yeah, now I'm telling you now, I didn't like the pick from the start.
He was 6'2", 6'3",
big
guy, nice touch on his deep ball. Like I seen him before we got on the radar with him.
Right,
I was like, hold on, this cat, he can do something.
Well, here's the thing, man. There's a lot of dudes who look good drills and stuff like that, but he just never
looked good on that film I saw.
Nah, I'm not. Listen, so I'm not saying that he wasn't good in his film and the things that he's probably done in college or high school, whatever it was. I'm just saying that for me, when I was just like, why are they doing that? Because you know how they say the league's a copycat league and everybody was trying to have a Lamar. He wasn't that good to me, bro, ever. I thought that it was an overreach. And look at where we at today. I never supported that fucking pick. I rather had Jimmy G be the quarterback.
What?
Absolutely.
Ugh.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I would have went with it. They called it was unnecessary, bro. It was wasted draft picks for what?
I mean, at this point, yeah, but bro, I'm telling you, when I saw him film, and
I'm just proud to say I wasn't with him, so I didn't care when he left. That's all. I was
with him, and what I saw in the film is his throwing motion was a little elongated, and I was like, okay, if you take Jimmy's throwing motion and put it on him, we got a super quarterback because but see what it was, he couldn't process the information fast.
Right, and he was emotional. You know what I'm saying? It's like he was just a little emotional for me. He wasn't the leader of men. You know, it's like
Ray, you reaching there because
Why
That
you say
dude,
that?
because he put the work in. Like he was the kind of guy that's going he gonna work his ass off to get it there. Like cause his throwing motion got good. But
Yeah,
what he
well, here's the thing, and I say that because it's like it's nuances to this shit. So
yeah, you're
like I
right.
said, there's a lot of guys that put in the work to even get to this level. So I respect that. But what I'm saying is, there's certain things, and one thing in particular that he said in the media where I knew I was just like, he ain't gonna be able to handle it when they re-signed Jimmy Garoppolo. Because remember, for a minute he was gonna be gone or whatever, and then they ended up coming up with a deal and signing him one more season or whatever, and then Trey Lance broke his ankle and the rest was history.
But what did he say that made you
But
think
what?
that?
Yeah, he because he responded to the pressure as if he was feeling threatened or he was feeling slighted. And it's like,
Got it.
and so to me, and I get it. I mean, he's human. And I'm sure it is okay to feel that way. But when you in a position like that in the NFL, it just made, to me, it looked weak. It's like, you the guy, bro. What are you fucking worried about? The only reason why
And
he started was
well,
because he got hurt.
and see, that's probably what happened to him coming into camp because he hurt himself. They gave him the keys, then he hurt himself.
Mm-hmm.
Then Jimmy comes in, and okay, I know I'm gonna get it back from Jimmy, but then Brock shows up, and then Brock starts winning.
I'm telling you,
and every game, look, you got to think every game Brock won. Cause look, point to me, just point at me. Every game that Brock won, look, this is me looking at Trey.
You ain't get back in the game, bro.
Wow.
You're back.
Look. I'm sorry.
Listen, he knew he wasn't getting back in the game, bro. Once he seen how well that kid was playing, man.
Right. And see, I felt like, honestly, Trey was gonna go in the offseason and turn it way, because I saw a thing on it, man. He does put the work in.
Hey, what up, Geneva? I see you.
But I think because when you the quarterback, you got to hear everybody on your on your like rooting for you.
Right.
But as training camp, well first when Brock got hurt in the NFC Championship game, it was a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like he pretty much proved that, hey, this is my job.
Listen, I was scared for a minute because I was like, that's fucked up. Because the way they was talking about the injury initially, it was like, I was like, man, this dude ain't even gonna get another shot. I mean, he's. I thought it was like one of them career, like, where he ain't gonna be the same and all this type of shit. But once I figured out, they said they went and got Darnold. And I was like, I said, no, that's the type of shit they need to be doing, because Purdy, if he's healthy, I was like, I like him. And by them shoring up that position, you got a guy who could process information, like you said, and get in there, because they got weapons. They got everything else they need. All you need to do is don't turn the goddamn ball over.
Don't turn the ball over. Look, be the best point guard money can buy, okay?
We
don't need you to do a lot. We just need you to just distribute that rock like we need to. And see, when you go look at like I remember the first preseason game when they put Trey in, and he was kind of skittish. I'm like, oh, it's a wrap. His mind gone, and it wasn't that he couldn't play. You got so what I saw, because that one last game he played in, he brought him back and looked good, but it was against the threes.
Yeah. Well, you know how that goes. I said, man. Listen.
Hold on. Let me finish this.
No, go ahead.
So when I saw that, and then when they got rid of him, I'm like, okay. So Trey, you was in practice, you was hearing a lot of the noise, and it got to you.
Okay, right.
And it affected your execution, and that's how you end up letting Sam Darnold beat you out.
Listen, bro, and that's what I'm talking about, though. So, because that's what it brought back memories of, and I tell you, bro, and I'm being completely honest with you, it was the fact that he made that statement, and I was like, He ain't built like that. I just, in my heart of hearts, I didn't, that kind of thing is just, like I said, like we talked about earlier, it's nuances, it's different, it's levels to this. It's a multitude of things that can affect a quarterback or a player or a team or how they coach or whatever. But that one thing did. And then, like what you just explained, when they was battling, they had the three guys out there. He was looking over his shoulder, and he didn't have no confidence of the guy I'm taking my job back. He didn't come out like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He got caught up in the noise, and it affected, because like I said, that first preseason game, he looked like shit.
That's supposed to be my job.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? He had that attitude, that entitled attitude these young people have. A lot of young people. I mean, a lot of grown old people our age got it. So let me not pick and shoot, just single this group out. But I'm just saying, though, he had an entitled attitude, and I just can't. I despise motherfuckers like that, man. You got to earn this. You shit or get off the fucking pot. You eat, you work, or you fucking starve. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna help you. There ain't no fucking free sandwiches, only for a select protected group. But we're not gonna talk about that today because we're talking about football. You know what I'm saying? That'll open up a whole can of words. But still, though, and he had that type of shit, man, and I don't like that. What's up, Ebbs? I see her in the building all day. But that's why I was off on him, bro. But our Oregon State Beavers won, sir.
Oh yes.
Against the mighty Utahs.
And again, what we see there is the home field, having that advantage.
Yeah.
Go Beavs.
All day.
And I can't pronounce the quarterback's name, but I'm gonna just call him JD.
Okay.
I know he's in a happy place because he's doing a lot better than his boys at Clemson.
Oh, he got up out of that motherfucker.
It's like, look, man, when you the Pac-12 is loaded and strong, and if you at home, so if we'd have played these boys in Salt Lake, they probably would have gave it to us. But right now the home field is a big thing in the Pac-12 right now. You at home.
Uniforms though, that shit's hard, bro.
Yeah, that orange is tight. Yeah, that orange
hard,
is real
bro.
tight.
Ooh, look at that right there.
Oh, come on, 6. You got to make that play.
Yeah, right. He don't want to go to the league.
Get ready for prime time. Come on,
no, you trying to get to the league. You supposed to make them plays.
Make that play, boy, because that's what they're gonna say. See, that's that hard working grit. Oh, he wide open. Kind of got picked too.
That's a defensive. Underneath.
Yeah, the Beavers look good, man. I mean, we put ourselves back in the run for the Pac-12 crown for this last year.
That's good.
Like I said, Jonathan.
Like here you guy right there. Did he look kind of slow though? But he know how to run. He hit the soft spots and get there. So I ain't mad at him. But he didn't look too quick.
This kid right here though.
Oh yeah, he's a hog.
The running back. What's his name?
Look at them unis. Them helmets is fresh, bro. I'm telling you, bro. That's a good look.
They should have made that stadium look like that back when we was there.
Yeah, man. How many seats is it at Research right now?
I think now it holds about 50.
Yeah, and back then it was what, 25, 30?
No, about 40.
Oh, it was about 40 back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because our biggest game, man, so the biggest game was Washington. And remember when they had Steve Edmond and Napoleon Kaufman in them?
I was there. In the student
section. Hold up. So hold up. This is what I want. You remember how they had that big ass balloon, and if you was looking on TV, you would have thought that it was a home game for them.
Right.
That made me sick because they number 2 in the nation. Man. I'm glad I didn't play that day because Steve Evans was killing.
Mario Bryant or what is that? I think was on that team. Walter Bailey. Mario Bailey, yeah.
Walter Bailey.
But Walter is we were high school together.
From your high school, ain't he?
Yeah, we played together. So so it was like I was like, damn, man, y'all. I knew he didn't have a chance though, but I was just like, man, they were so They were a big team. I was
They
gonna
were
say
a
it was so
huge
big.
team.
Pause.
Lincoln
Yeah.
Kennedy, 6'7", all what?
Yeah, man. They have
6'7",
ballers.
6'8",
Oh,
350.
Bino Bryant. Bino
Right.
Bryant. Okay,
But
that's who.
Napoleon took the spot from him, though.
Yeah, but he was still playing. They was all
Yeah,
getting
they
run.
was both getting the run, but
Yeah.
shit, by the time they played us, because Dean O'Brien was the man, and then by the time they got to us at the end of the season, it was the Napoleon Kaufman show.
Then they had Matt Jones.
Yeah.
Though Matt Jones, he went to Central Catholic in Portland. He from Portland. Yeah, because he used to chick that I was dating in high school. She was on a dance team. His girlfriend was on a dance team, so we would hang out and stuff like that though. But yeah, he was a pretty good back though, big dude too. I don't know.
Yeah, Damian Martinez. See, we got to watch out for him too, because somebody liable to throw him a nil deal, because that's how we got it.
Oh, it'd be like, we out of here.
Yeah. Yeah,
they're gonna start putting limits on it. So what do you think about when we talk about these NIL deals and stuff, collective bargaining and profit sharing with the other athletes that may not be big time names and stuff like that?
I mean, I don't like it because you diluting it. And look, I'm okay with if I'm on the team with Shedeur Sanders and he getting $4 million, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, that's who he is.
Look at this clown. Why is he on the field? I will cut him today for that.
Oh.
You're cut. That dude, he just dropped the ball. I'm like, you're cut. Oh, you're sitting on the fucking bench. How do you?
Nice. Yeah, I don't think they should do that. Look,
But they're going to, bro. That they're not going to. I mean, and then you think about that. And what about female sports? What is it? 40. What is
Title IX.
Title IX. Yeah.
Well, okay. Let's look at it now. Look at men's sports compared to women's sports the way it is today. 100,000 people. Oh well. Hold up. 90. Did you see what 90,000 showed up for the volleyball game out here in Nebraska?
You did. You told me about that, and I actually went and looked that up and seen it. I mean, I was on my TV and I seen they had some tournament out there, and I was like, "Fuck, this is shit." Oh no! It was on the internet, like one of those real things, and that shit was craziness, bro. It made me I was like, "Damn, bro."
Yeah, I was blown away because I was at work. And it was something I mentioned to one of my customers about football, and he was like, and he said to me, yeah. He said, but did you see the volleyball game? I was like, what do you mean volleyball game? And so I went and looked it up, and I was like, God damn, they packed that bitch out for volleyball.
Yeah, it's pretty popular, but okay, so we're on that. So because they definitely earned their money right there, though. So
but so when we start having multiple volleyball games and football stadiums packing it out, then okay. But
you gotta earn it. I mean, you gotta bring in the seats and sell the merchandise and stuff like that. I think that they can with certain sports. So
and I think they can with volleyball, but you still gotta do it the way just like they do with any women. I mean, it's gonna be like provocative and like sexy.
It's already provocative because they look great in those little outfits they be wearing. So I don't know.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's how women gonna get their money the same way. So you know what I'm saying, like the Neil money.
Sexualized.
They're gonna sexualize the women's sports. I mean, come on, you see them little things, them little shorts the women come out in playing volleyball.
Of course I do. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, right.
you
know we seeing that. Yeah. It's like, I mean, that's gonna put more asses in the chairs in front of the TV looking at it. I mean, hey. Now, yeah, okay. So now the volleyball chick at Oregon State, whoop de whoop. Okay, so I guess she do get the what's that bikini brand? I mean, it's like a surfer brand.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I hear what you're saying. But getting those type of endorsement monies, and stuff like that.
You know, I mean, guys can't get that right now, but guys get, other types, so.
Right. But so I guess what I'm more so talking about is a situation where, there's levels to this though. But of course, like these are student athletes, and how are you going to regulate that? Because, it's coming at some level. Do you think that, because I've heard people talk about this, having the same conversation about, the money and how it's going to cause a situation to where you're going to have a lot of people, kids leaving and chasing deals, and there's not going to be the commitments or whatever. But I think that
once you say that you'll lose the culture.
Yeah, kind of like, and then the money is
saying.
But the money is going to be like, no, listen, think about it though. You got a sorry dude on the bench, and then you got a top guy, and then they're going to break that bread and make it a little bit more even. That guy, the star, is still going to get more money, but it's more percentage of that money is going to go and funnel out to other students.
No, let me present your argument this way. You got a guy that they done gave $1 million to based on whatever. But it turns out that the walk-on is the man, the Brock Purdy.
Okay.
So now what you do?
Well, you're going to sit on the bench and you can go hit that portal, because we finna give our
No. Hold up.
Because I'm bringing Louis.
You didn't. So the $1 million guy, and we see this all the time in college. That one guy that was a 5-star, he get to school and he ain't that guy.
Because it's a whole bunch of 5-star.
It's a whole bunch of he don't know. It's whatever. Or in like Jonathan Smith's case, he was a walk-on.
Yep.
Undersized, but all of a sudden
him.
now.
But he was a game manager like a motherfucker though too.
But he
did he go to the league?
He didn't go
to the league. Yeah.
No, he didn't go to the league. He went.
He coached them now, right? Or no? Did he coach them now?
What you mean, quarterbacks?
Is he? Is he's coaching right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the head coach.
Oh, that's what I thought. That's what I said. Yeah. That's why I wanted to. I was like,
yeah, that's why we were just looking at the B-Ride. That's what I'm saying. Jonathan Smith was an example of what we're talking about. I forget the guy's name who he took the job from, but Jonathan Smith was a walk-on.
Yeah.
Undersized. And see, you're going to still have that in programs where they're going to be a guy, they're going to throw a lot of money at him, and it's not going to work out.
He was. I liked him because that's when they kicked the shit out of Notre Dame.
Beat the dog shit out of Notre Dame.
Yeah, Notre Dame was super weak. Their program wasn't what it was okay, but they
it was
get the
starting
TV.
To plummet at that point.
Yeah, but it don't matter because they got stepped on. we stepped on them. I love that game. Or Chad Ochocinco and all of them. When if they lost by a field goal to Washington that year, it would have been in the national championship.
They would have got a national championship.
And they fucked that off. I was so disappointed in them niggas. How do you guys do that? But no, that was a hell of a team that they had there. And that's when they started to build the program up or whatever. They was still a little brother to Oregon, because Oregon was they had Phil Knight, they had the money.
They was a juggernaut already.
Yeah, and they had the uniforms.
90s teams and
Like, for real though, you go back, our Derek Lavelle and all them niggas, man, them niggas was cold, bro. I used to go when I was a little kid. We stayed at Duck games, bro. Stayed at them. I mean, my uncle went to school there. We was always down there for track meets, Tracktown Pizza. You would have swore I was going to Oregon State.
You mean Duck?
Huh? I would have been. I mean, really, that's the school that I wanted to go to when I was younger. But as I got older and stuff like that, I was going wherever they would accept me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
I was recruited by both of them.
But one was going to let you play quarterback, and the other one was going to have you play what?
DB. And what happened? Let me tell you what happened. So I double tripped. So I went to Oregon on the weekend, and then they had me do Oregon State Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Okay.
Rich Brooks, when you know how you have to go in and talk to the head coach on that Sunday, because they was super. They was like, hey, look, we want you. You're gonna play DB. You might even have to sit out like red shirt and all of that, but we just want to be honest with you. But it's gonna work out for you.
Right.
And they was like, Nick Lottie, I think his name was, and
he was a coordinator at the time before he became the head coach.
Yep. And they was high on your boy.
Right.
And then I had to go in to talk to Rich Brooks. Okay. At the time, he was coach of the year because he was finna coach the Shrine team that year.
Yeah.
And
because ended up didn't he leave and go to Kentucky or something like that?
Oh, no, not yet. Okay. Not yet. This is 91. Okay. So I'm in there waiting to have my meeting with him, and I'm literally sitting right here. He right there, and Sports Illustrated was right there interviewing him. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there, you know, and then he was like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. Who are you again? Oh, I'm Mark Ofer from Grant High School. Oh, man, look, just pass your SAT. And it's all good. Yeah, let me finish this. Hey, no problem, coach.
That's how he did you?
So I walk out, and they was like, yeah, okay, so we all set, because he was supposed to have offered me.
Right.
Because they knew I was going to get picked up by Coach Hope and Coach Jackson from Oregon State.
Right,
you know. And I was like, nah, you know, he doing the interview with Sports Illustrated, and he just told me to pass my SAT. But he didn't offer you? I said, no, he didn't offer me. He didn't know, you know. And, you know, back then, you know, that's a big thing, you know.
Right.
And because they knew, bro, so they was looking all disappointed. And then Coach Hoke and Coach Jackson picked me up. They did a little switch off at the little airport, at the Eugene airport drop off. Right. Uh-huh. Man, I got in the car with Coach Hoke and Coach Jackson. Coach Jackson was the black coach from Chicago.
Right.
They put me in the front seat. Coach Hoke was driving. Coach Jackson didn't shut the fuck up until he was going, boy, going. Right. He didn't shut the fuck up until Coach Pettibone. We got to Coach Pettibone's office, and he was like, "Oh yeah, here's Mark Ofer, blah 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 blah." And Coach Jackson finally took a breath and shut the fuck up when they handed me off to Coach Pettibone.
Right.
Because boy, man, yeah, recruiting, that shit was fun, but it was fucked up how they manipulated you. You know what I'm saying? They, you know, because then at the end, like about, I think later on in that week, Coach Brooks, and this what I'm telling you, the reason why I'm telling you this is what made me not want to go to U of O. Mm-hmm. Because then later on in the week, he sent, I forgot that guy's name that was recruiting me. He sent them back to my school and was like apologizing. Yeah, we want to offer you and that. And I'm like, man, Oregon State finna let me play quarterback, man. No.
Right.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Right. Yeah, I would have been like, fuck off, bro. What do you mean?
Right.
Motherfucker, go ahead and interview with the shit with them motherfuckers, you bitch ass nigga.
Right. That's just how I felt. Yeah. That's just how I motherfucking felt. Because I'm like, man, hold up. And cause dude, I'm telling you, Ray, I was sitting there a long time just
waiting for him, and then he's looking over like, who is this fucking nigga over here? What's your name again, sir? Oh, yeah. Well, guess what, man? Check this out, fam. You just pass your SATs, man. Well, I'm gonna get back at you, but
that's just how it was, dog. That's just how it was.
That's fucking garbage, bro. And they wonder why these kids. Man, well, yeah, you did get to go play quarterback and do what you wanted to do.
Yeah, right. But that was my U of O. I mean, man, so it's a ton of stories I can tell about that recruit because I'm gonna go see it. I don't know how many go see this, but I'm gonna tell you the other thing that made me not want to go to U of O.
What was that?
They were scared of the Oregon State players. For real.
Oh, they were scared of Oregon State
'Cause
players.
Oregon State was man they crazy. They it's a lot of gangsters on that team, and man they man I'm telling you, I'm telling you, I was because I went up to remember Brent Huff and Zach Davis and Paul
Yeah.
Montgomery.
Brent
They
was the
was so
homie.
when I was on my recruiting trip in Eugene, we all ended up at the same party because I went up to them and was like, "Hey, I'm a QB and I'm gonna be up there." Blah 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 blah. They just kind of looked at me like, "So what, nigga?"
He said, "So what?"
but I had to go up to him because man, it was like I was like, and he was some UFO. I'm like, yeah, y'all beat them, so why it was like this. Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. Like Oregon State was, I mean, just like for lack of a better term, was the hood school.
It was
And
yeah. They was
working
like,
class, blue collar type motherfuckers, and
right.
then U of
Right.
O was more preppy, well to do or rich.
There was a little fear factor though.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying that's what that is. Yeah, no, you're not going to Oregon State school. You'll be going to U of O. Your father, your grandparents, we all went there. We're a part of the boosters. We're the alumni. You're not going to that school. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't allow it, nigga. It'd bring shame on their family if they went to Oregon State. I was like, man. But when I went there, man, I accepted all that. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I was kind of bitter.
But I'm saying that's what made me want to go to Oregon State. Cause I'm like, man, fuck, I don't want to be no punk.
Because they were scared of the players.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
Well, that's why them niggas was losing though, because they wasn't getting none of them players like Miami and all that kind of thing. That's why I like Erickson.
Yeah.
Then he coached them for a while.
Yeah.
And
Wazoo. Yeah, because he.
That's when he got all them. That's when he helped build up the talent because he wasn't afraid to go to get JC players, which a lot of these schools wasn't doing. It's kind of like it was that that era's version of the portal, because you could get you some good talent out of there. These cats who they watched that they didn't have the grades, and so they went for 2 years. Boom, boom. We'll get you for a year. He still ain't gonna get his grades, but we'll have him eligible for the season, and then they fall off or get drafted if they were good enough. But you always find some good talent, and it was the offensive lineman. The way I remember it was the best type of players.
Kansas State built their shit up too.
Yeah, they built their lines from them JCs, and because you got a lot of big kids that, like I said, didn't have the grades, but they can get them eligible for a season. 1 year, all we need, or 2 years out of them at best, and build them up. Some cats even went to the league.
You get you a JC cat like that for 1 year. That's giving that high school kid now 2 years to kind of get ready. And now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nowadays, it's like, JC's is still in the mix though, but with the transfer portal though, that just opens it up a little bit more. You know what I mean? Because you can always get you a veteran out of a JC that ain't scared of contact.
Right. The thing is, the portal has made it easier for players to move around.
So they don't have to sit for a year. Remember how the NCAA would make you sit?
Well, you can transfer to a Pac-10 team because if you did that, you had to sit for 2 years.
If you transfer within your conference, right?
2 years.
Yeah. And you lose that eligibility though, right?
And you lose. So look. Okay. Remember how you asked me that question? If it had the portal the way it was like back then, I'd have went to Oregon. I'd have just said, okay, I'm going to Oregon. Right. They would have gladly had me.
Right. Damn. Hold on, man. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go.
Oregon SC, because I had already I had played enough. Look, because really all you need to be is on film, and if you're on film, they now see that you can play at that level. So now you ain't got to sit out, boy. I probably would have transferred to
so I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Like, right. Hold on real quick. I'll be right back for the Zoom.
Don't you know that's gonna get you? Oh, yeah. Soon you will be locked up in custody.
Yeah, you been running around this city lying, boy. Telling people that you ain't told on nobody. The paper's right here, nigga. You a bitch-ass nigga, Joseph. Nigga on the dance floor, popping your collar. At the precinct with coppers, Joseph popping your choppers. And you can't beef with snitches, nigga, carne asada. Have me praying in a prison cell, Heavenly Father. Even bitches see through you, nigga clearer than vodka. Starring at the grand jury, singing harder than opera. Had you being man, your uncle with you holding your hands. Sitting next to the judge roll, folding your hands. Testified while the grand jury sat in the stands. It's the big bad wolf, you were sweeter than lamb. At the cop shop talking, you ain't even a man. Fucked off your last name and just embarrassed your fam. Yeah, nigga, go kill yourself, bitch ass nigga. Real niggas don't fuck with rats, nigga. You a pock-faced homo with that bitch in your blood. Shirt says no snitches, no raps, no love. Try to come up in the club with some niggas that's weak. You a weak bitch nigga, need to sit when you pee. You they panty boy nigga, go pick up the tees. Chauffeuring niggas round when they toss you the keys. Telling bitches at your house, your cars, your clothes. You a cotton candy boy, French tips on your toes. Niggas acting like the paperwork doesn't exist. Where they do that? 2 bananas, nigga them flip. Niggas know that you a bitch, on your knees like a bride. Right hand on the Bible while you swearing to God. You a real nigga and you fuck with this nigga? Nah.
All right, I'm back.
You gotta start wrapping it up, bro. This is my opening week.
Oh yeah, I feel you, brother, because I gotta go cook me something to eat and get ready for bed. I'm with you, brother. So we let's make for 1:30 for the show on. You want to keep it on the Tuesday, or would it be the best? Is there a better day?
No, Tuesday is cool.
Okay.
Because I got another one I do on tomorrow with this other group I'm in, the XY. Well, it's now the Intimacy group.
Okay. Is it a chat group or is it a podcast?
Well, it's a chat and podcast, and so I just been going live like me and you.
Right.
But with this one of the gals in the group, and we be talking about the like the popular post that everybody's talking about or whatever.
Yeah. Send me the link. I'd like to watch that.
Yep. So we be going on Wednesday tomorrow.
All right, so we're going up Wednesday tomorrow. So yeah, send me a link, man. I want to watch it.
All right.
Yep, and I'm gonna send out the links to the new show. But thank you guys for joining us for Football Talks. We'll catch you guys next Tuesday. Mawkus So in the building. Your man Ray Nelson. Also check us out on the PDX Dope Live podcast. It's a wild time. Friday nights, 9:15 p.m. Check us out. And until then, you guys have a good one. And we out of here.
All right, man. Stay blessed.
All right, pieces.
More than just music, it's a movement. Respect that shit. That's what it is. What's up?
But now I'm home. And now that I'm back on the block, I'm getting this money. Like for years I've been missing the block, but now I'm home. And now that I'm back on the block, I'm getting this money. Like for years I've been missing the block, but now I'm home. And now that I'm back on the block, I'm getting this money. Like for years I've been missing the block, but now I'm home. And now that I'm back on the block, I'm getting this money.
Yeah, I ain't hard to find, bitch. Tony in the hood. Word around the street, they saying Tony eating good. This boy headed for an Austin coupe. He seeing lots of loot about his prostitute. Man, I be in and out of state, the POs wanna nail me. Bitch, I'm getting guap and ain't shit you can tell me. Pimping up the I-5, LA to LV. Not up in my pocket, be enough for the bail fee. Fall off in the club and everybody can smell me. Gurping off perp and I ain't blowing the stale tree. I done felt how cold them cells in the jail be. When I was locked up, how many letters you mailed me? Yeah, that's what the fuck I thought. Fresh out, first track, guess what the fuck I bought? I got a Fofo Ruger about as long as my arm. Call that bitch Mike Vick, cause it'll throw you the bomb. Place my hands on the Bible and the Holy Quran. Solemnly swear to squeeze at these cats till they gone. Tomorrow motherfuckers might be reading my stone. King Kongin in these streets, so call me when it's on.
High Rollers Records.
But now I'm home. And now that I'm back on the block, I'm getting this money. For years I've been missing the block, but now I'm home. And now that I'm back on the block, I'm getting this money.
Yeah, I'm back, bitch, and get you anything you ask for. If I ain't got the crack, I'll hit you with the asshole. Wholesale, retail, I don't need a ski-zell. Fresh out of G-Zell, send it like an email.